When it comes to getting what you want in life, whether at home, at work, or even at the doctor's office, do you find yourself afraid to ask? Linda Fears is editor-in-chief of Family Circle magazine, and she is here to help. Linda, good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks
I love
for
this
having me.
idea. You and the editors, you went to doctors, you went to 800 professionals, 800 phone number professionals, to restaurants,
Right,
to
behind
see
the scenes.
what really works.
Exactly.
What did you find?
Well, overall, it's knowing the difference between being assertive versus being aggressive. So you want to present yourself with, kindness versus being aggressive and, making the other person feel very uncomfortable and not really wanting to help you at that point.
So almost more how you ask than what you're asking for.
Exactly.
So let's run through a few of these scenarios I think will be helpful to people. We're going to start with getting what you want at home. Here's the situation. No matter how many times you remind your child, she ignores the rules. Your 11-year-old visited a friend again without telling you where she was going. Now you're frustrated. What's the move?
And this will make any parent crazy because the worst thing is not knowing where your child is, right? So what you want to do is make her help you with the solution. So in other words, let yourself calm down instead of screaming, I can't believe you weren't home again when you were supposed to be. Because in a child's mind, well, I'm just going to my friend's house, and mom lets me go to this person's house, and kids never think anything bad's going to happen to them, which is, of course, what goes through your mind all the time. So you don't want to rattle off all the terrible things that can happen to her. Just say, listen, it makes mom really nervous when you're not where you're supposed to be, so you help me figure out how we can avoid this in the next time.
Let them know it scares you if it doesn't scare them.
And it fosters their growing independence at that point.
Okay, cool. Let's do at work, getting what you want there. Working from home once a week would allow you to cut down on wasted commuting hours and avoid interruptions from colleagues. You don't want your boss to think you're not a team player. How do you ask? How do you do it without it look like you're sloughing off a little bit?
Right, and this has been in the news a lot lately about people wanting, especially people who have really long commutes, because you could save yourself 2-3 hours a day, which is huge. So what you want to do is sell yourself. So you don't want to present the situation to your boss as all the ways it's going to benefit you. You want to tell her this is all the ways it's going to benefit you and the company in general. So you want to lay out the situation and don't, get caught in too much chit-chat about it, but just say, I can be much more productive. And by the way, my seat might even be available for the intern on Friday, which could be a benefit.
And if they value you enough, they're likely to help you get the schedule that works for you. All right, let's move to getting what you want on the phone. These are the really frustrating ones. Your flight was delayed, you missed your connection, the airline lost your luggage, call customer service, you get caught in the automated phone system. How do you get your luggage back? This is another one I find where you got to take a deep breath, realize it's not the fault of the person on the other end of the phone.
That's exactly
And then what
it.
do you say?
And it is hard because, you just are enraged when that happens, especially when all three of those things happen to you at once. If you're lucky enough to get somebody on the phone, kill them with kindness. I mean, like you said, it's not their fault. The customer service reps have no idea what's going on with, they're just there to help you. So you want to encourage them to help you. Be really, really nice and say, listen, I know you have nothing to do with this. Let me tell you my situation. What you also need to do is, in your mind, think of what you want the outcome to be. Do you want them to give you a free round trip? Is there a certain amount you want assigned to your lost luggage? But here's the best tip we found. If you can't get anyone on the phone, so you keep, getting switched from number to number, just dial the main number, pick a random extension until you get someone on the phone and say, listen, you might not be the right person for me to talk to, but, can you help me? This is my situation. And that tends to work.
Well, that's the big frustration for a lot of people is going through the automated system and never getting to a human being where you can make your case.
Right.
Let's talk about getting what you want in a restaurant. The menu's full of cream-based sauces and fried foods, but you're trying to watch your diet. You need to ask for a special meal, but you don't want to irritate the waiter. How do you approach that one?
Right. So here, again, you want to be really, really thoughtful. It's not, the waiter has a lot of customers. And, maybe this wasn't even the right restaurant for you to go to if you're watching your weight. But what you want to do is, start a rapport with the waiter and say, everything looks amazing on this menu. That steak with the truffle butter looks outrageous, but I'm trying to watch my weight. I'm trying to cut back on fat. Is there any way that it can be prepared, plain without the butter? Or make a really simple substitution. Instead of the mashed potatoes, can I have a side of salad? What you don't want to do is reinvent the whole dish, because that will just make him crazy and not want to help you at the end of the day. And he may also not know exactly what is capable coming out of the kitchen or not, so just keep it really simple, but just be really nice.
Another
the less
case of
demanding
killing
you are.
with kindness.
Exactly.
Before I let you go, I just want to ask you quickly about the doctor's office. We all think our problem is the most urgent problem there is. How do you get a quick appointment, even if they tell you the doctor's not available for a month?
Well, it is hard to get a quick appointment, but if you haven't seen the doctor in a while and you do have, quite a few things that you would like to talk about, when you make the appointment, ask for a longer appointment, okay? Because you have to be cognizant that there are appointments throughout the day. If you have a lot of things to talk about, think about how much time you need, and when you finally get into the doctor's office, talk about the most important problems first. So, you can get your needs taken care of. And also, again, be really polite, ask the doctor about his kids, thank him for filling a prescription really fast for you. I mean, generally people react positively to those who are really, really nice and friendly to them.
I'm sensing a theme here. Butter everybody up and then go in for the kill.
It works.
All right, Linda Fears, thanks so much.